If you follow me on Instagram, you know that my dunk pickups are typically older releases since newer ones are almost impossible to get a hold of nowadays. This specific pair of dunks has been on my radar since high school back in the early 2010s, and I finally got around to picking them up 10 years later. But before getting into it, please be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. Doing both those things really makes a big difference in growing the channel. I have a ton of sneaker videos on the channel, so be sure to check them out after this one. So these are a collaboration pair of dunk highs between the Skatepark of Tampa, Todd Bratrud, and obviously Nike SB. If you break it down even further, the Skatepark of Tampa is one of the premier names in skateboard culture. More specifically, the Ybor City neighborhood in Tampa has deep roots in cigar manufacturing, dating all the way back to the 1850s. Coupled with that concept, the longtime artist and partner of Nike SB, Todd Bratrud, has been the mastermind of many popular dunks, both past and present. He famously designed the Weed series of dunks including the Skunks and Cheech and Chongs, and these Cigar City dunks add to the themality of those dunks, while also giving a nod to the city of Tampa. This specific pair of Cigar City dunks was a quick strike release back in September of 2011. The regular production pairs came with this blue box, but there were pairs floating around with a commemorative box, more of a collector's item. These are listed as a dunk high premium and had a retail price of $108. With all of that history finally out of the way now, we can get to the actual sneakers. At the toe and towards the back of the ankle is a dark oak color in a higher hair suede. That same color can be found at the mid panels, but is in more of a textured sort of leather. The textured leather is the look and feel of a cigar wrap, which, given the theme behind these, is a nice touch. That same brown continues at the laces and at the mesh padded tongue. Around the toe, up the eye stay, and at the heel counter and heel flaps is more of a mocha-like brown suede. That suede is unlike the suede at the toe and ankle in that it's much richer, much smoother, and much more plush. It has that nice stroke to it that most suede sneaker connoisseurs are looking for. And it's also worth mentioning that that same brown takes on the inner lining of the sneaker. On top of that textured leather at the mid panel is a deeper red colored leather Nike swoosh with a sort of gold outline to it. That same color formula can be found at the tongue tag, as well as the Zoom Air insoles. These also come with a set of extra laces in that red color, which I think would also be a great look. The uppers rest on a black rubber midsole and a gray rubber outsole with a standard Nike Dunk traction pattern of the time. As for fit, I definitely recommend going true to size. These utilize much softer materials, so there's a lot of give in areas such as the toe. Additionally, comfort is pretty decent, all things considered. If you have a pair of SB Dunks, you'll know that the Zoom Air adds a slight bounce, and it's really nothing to sneeze at. So this concept was actually recently resurrected in a similar vein in mid-2020 in the form of another dunk high, the Phillies Blunt pair. I think that colorway is super clean, and I like how it draws on a very similar inspiration, but it wasn't in the cards for me to go out and grab. And anyway, I'd much rather have this pair of Cigar Cities. The main reason behind that is the nostalgia for me. When I was coming up in high school, SB Dunks were all the rage, particularly the blue box era Dunks. I remember the most innocent kid having these, which was so mind-blowing to me. At the time, I didn't have the resources or really the means to grab these Dunks, but I knew if I came across them down the line, I'd go back and grab them. And surprise, surprise, fast forward a decade, here I am with a brand new, dead stock pair. I actually like these so much that I even picked up these 2010 Air Jordan 1s dubbed as the Velvet Browns, which you can oddly see a resemblance between the two. Brown colors haven't been super popular on sneakers up until this day and age in 2020, thanks to the Kanyes and Travises of the world. And in a way, these Dunks are definitely something I could see Travis wearing, it's just a matter of time until he does. I got these for what I want to say was a good deal from a seller on Grailed in brand new condition with OG everything. There obviously aren't a lot of pairs floating around in condition like this, so it's hard to gauge what they're actually worth. At the end of the day though, you should pay what you think a sneaker's worth, and if it's something you can live with, then go ahead and do it. For me, the nostalgia is super heavy on these, so I'm glad to have added them to the collection. I'm gonna continue to let them sit on ice for a while and pull them out down the line when the time is right. I know shoes are meant to be worn, but I just have so many in the stacks right now that these can certainly wait. But that's all for this video. Let me know what you guys think of these Cigar City dunk highs in the comment section below. Did they bring you back in time? Are these worth going back and grabbing? I'd love to read about in the comments. I've already plugged the Instagram, but also be sure to drop a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you aren't already. I'm always working on some new content, so definitely stick around to the channel. That's a wrap for this one though. Thanks for watching and I'll catch you guys in the next video.